All right, what's up, everybody? Sunday night, May 10, May 11th, Sunday, May 11th. Jeremy Clark coming to you from Premium Tier Futures Discord. You can find me at Phils Jackson on X, or at Premium FTS is our Discord channel. And we are going to be talking about the state of the market. I say we, it may just be me, but that's okay. Some folks may join us, so we'll see if anyone else jumps in. In the meantime, I gotta add some music. All right, I'm back. Here we go. Let's see. Did anyone catch that the market went up, I think it was 84 or 86 points off the open on Sunday, which would be, 6 p.m. New York time? Yeah, that was crazy. I haven't seen that before. So, just taking a look at it here, you can see that great big booyah. We just jumped right out of the yesterday's previous day high, which was 57.15. By yesterday, I mean Fridays, and just blew past that. It looks like almost double past that. You can see there was a long consolidation there. And it kind of was running through what became the value area, the VPOC here, right around 56.78. Value area high was 56.90, almost 92. And there was a previous consolidation drop off, horizontal consolidation, and then just boom, this thing took off. So I marked. I give us a horizontal range. This looks to me like we could be rotating or, doing some sort of accumulation pattern. We're going to have to see how that plays out. We'll be watching this very closely come tomorrow at the open. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. We've got TradingView pulled up here. Now this would be the 5-minute chart, kind of the same deal. Just this long consolidation. We just marked that. That's going to come into play tomorrow. I'm just going to mark it like that for now, and then we may adjust that later. But what has me really excited is the state of crypto. I feel like crypto has been foreshadowing a big move in the market. Also, I don't know if any caught, I think on Friday, Trump dropped a tweet or something that said we should all be buying stocks, that now is a good time to buy stocks. And interestingly enough, the futures market has taken off. I don't know exactly why. I'm sure there's some news that they're going to attribute it to. But let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has come up from this previous horizontal consolidation going all the way back to March 24. You can see we were sideways until November. March to November is the better part of the year. What, about 8 months? Just guessing, something like that. So there's no reason to expect anything different on this next move higher. You can see it broke out of the horizontal consolidation. It moved up, consolidated some more. This one dropped all the way down to the golden 62% discount level and took off. So this should get above 104 and retest the high, which was around 110, 109, 700, something like that. And then if it holds and breaks higher, the next target would be roughly 127. And I'm not going to speculate further than that, other than to say I believe this is going to, 109, 900, if not 110, whatever the most recent high was, swing high, all-time high, which was January of this year. We had another big peak in December, January. So that's really common for a bull run year 3 of the cycle, to have a big peak in December and another one in January. That's happened before. So we're now in year 4. This is the big bull year for Bitcoin. We should see all-time highs. I mean, this thing is gonna run. Just saying that. So noticed recently that Ethereum has also joined the party. Look at that big spike. Ethereum has just been in this downward trend for quite some time. I do have another horizontal Wyckofian channel, and we tested the high here, we tested the low, we tested the high, we tested the low, we tested below the low, back to the high, got a false breakout, boom, boom, see that double top. And then we had this really strong down channel, which ended with this sign of weakness and broke the channel, went the other way. Big surprise. Now, just to go back to Bitcoin for a second, Bitcoin runs ahead, and just to show you, that's exactly what Bitcoin did. Here's your top in here, your false top, test of resistance, and we could even put a channel right here so you could see it, and you can see it broke out and made support, went above support, pulled back a little bit, tested the EMA. That's on the daily, and then now we are testing the high. So it's the same pattern, it's just Ethereum is a couple steps behind, and the alt market will follow the Ethereum price move, and we're seeing that across the board. One of the standout moves that I've been noticing is with Pi, PI coin. Now this one is interesting. I've been mining Pi on my phone. There's an app that you mine. It's very low impact, and I have my tokens locked up until I think July. Let's just look at the weekly here. Now Pi was being sold as an IOU prior to its actual mainnet launch, which means the token wasn't live yet, but people were just speculating on how much it would cost. And man, it went according to this, it went all the way to $500. If that were to go back to that would be a very profitable trade / long hold for me. Who knows? It looks pretty bearish here. So it dropped all the way down to 0 at one point. Anyhow, this thing has suddenly, out of nowhere, come to life. So let's see if we can get zoomed in a little bit. And again, I'm less concerned about the $500 price and the $200 high on the IOUs. Let's see it get back to 298, first. But this is a very promising channel here. This looks like a long cup handle. There was a back test of support, and then it just suddenly rocketed higher. I missed this. This was last week. No, I'm sorry. This was yesterday, Saturday, May 10th, when this took off. So this is a very recent move. Beautiful uptrend, showing some strength from Pi. We thought it would never happen. We've been waiting all this time, I think 4 or 5 years for this thing to move and to become, for the mainnet to go live, and what do you know? It's taken off. So, like to see that. Let's see some more of that. Everyone wants to know about XRP. Let's take a look. Drop that back in there. Okay, here we go. XRP. Now, the green arrows on the left are my initial entries, and you can see they got tested several times. I started getting in on this August of, what was this? August of 24. This long consolidation, kind of the same thing you just saw in Pi. Let's see if we can get that on the weekly. See what that looks like. So this guy right here. This long consolidation took off, and I got in pretty much near the top, although I'm counting on XRP going at least to $3.85, which it has before. Used to make a lot of money off XRP until the SEC came in and messed up all the fun for us traders. That case seems to have resolved, and it remains to be seen if XRP can, or Ripple I should say, can regain their momentum. It's looking good, and I'm optimistic. I'm bullish on XRP. So we're going to keep an eye on that. You'll notice it did go to the 62% golden discount, which gives us a target of $3.40 at the most recent swing. So that's very bullish, that whole flag that's setting up right there. So we're going to be watching that. Moving on, another one of my favorites is Sonic. And Sonic is not going to look like much because it was previously Phantom, FTM. I think the highest this got was also somewhere now $3.85, something like that. When it was Phantom, Phantom had a lot of good utility. They were being used for token swaps and used as the token of choice for various dApps and such. And then they rebranded to Sonic, which is probably a reference to the new blockchain being much faster. They created a whole new blockchain. Phantom was already fast. And I used to trade this all the time and make good money off of it, and then it kind of died off during the bear market, and then now we're looking at this long consolidation. So I've been into Phantom since 17 cents and 11 cents and 27 cents. So right now we are looking at tokens in the range of 58 cents, 59. And you can see it's really moving. You can see these prices are changing frequently. That's a good sign. I like that. So Phantom is one I'm going to keep my eye on. I think that this has been just consolidating for a long time. I think it has a lot of potential. It looks like we've tested the high twice. So if I just drop a horizontal channel here, something like this. So we want to see this thing stay above 40 cents. And ultimately, I want to see it break the midline, which is 63, and then that should take us back up to the high, which is around $1.99. And we'll see what starts to happen there. That's going to be interesting. There's another coin I want to talk about. I don't have it on my list here. Let's just pull that up. Helium. So I don't know if you are familiar with the Helium network. This is an IoT Internet of Things token, and they give rewards to people who basically host devices and antenna on their roofs that allow us to see if someone goes by and perhaps has Bluetooth on their phone or their car, or if someone's key fob. There are ways to send data to the Helium network that data like, the barometric pressure, the humidity, the temperature, things like this. So I have a couple of these machines running. They're not making a lot of money, but a little bit daily, weekly, and it's kind of fun to watch. Helium did sort of migrate from the original Helium network to Solana, so it's now basically a Solana token, and it's gonna be interesting to see if this thing can recover, because look at that, it was up at $11. For some reason I'm thinking this thing went all the way to 50 previously, but I'd have to look that up. This may just be from the new network, the new Helium network. But again, we have a horizontal consolidation, and let's see. Give me my favorite bar. There we go. So I'm going to put a bottom like right around there. Tested the top, pulled back. Tested the top, false breakout. Tested the bottom, false breakout. Tested the top, false breakout. Tested the bottom, false breakout. So that's a pretty good sign that we're going to go back and test the top. Let's see if it can hold 298, but this thing has been steadily increasing. It's been kind of hovering around 380, 390 in that price range for the past 6 weeks. And I haven't seen it really, it's been showing a lot of strength. I haven't seen it showing weakness at all. So once it breaks this EMA, I think it's going to take off. Looking forward to that. And then one more I want to take a look at. This is a stock. This is a Canadian stock, Bitfarms. I am not recommending this, nor am I recommending any of these products because I'm not a financial advisor. This is just one of my pet things that I like following. I've been just buying this up here and there whenever it seems to hit a bottom, and then it kind of dropped off on me. But I figure if it's around $1, 70 cents, anything in this bottom range, which is where it was all the way back in 2020, and look at it, 2020 was COVID, and look at the spike that happened in 21, went all the way to $10. So I'm trying to buy this stuff up while it's around $1, and we'll see what happens. There were rumors of a hostile takeover from Riot. If you guys are familiar with the Riot Bitcoin mining startup, Riot has seriously underperformed for as long as I've been following it, since let's say 2016. There was a lot of hype and a lot of expectation, and then it didn't really go anywhere. But I would imagine the way things are taking off, look at Palantir, these startups might start showing some strength. And if that's the case, it wouldn't surprise me if they do eventually take over Bitfarms. If Bitfarms can keep showing some value. Now, there was a big scandal with how they reported their earnings, and it caused this huge drop-off, and it just has not fully recovered. So it will remain to be seen if this is truly a bounce or if it has more downside. So this is one I'm just keeping my eye on. Very interesting. Taking a look at the dollar. The dollar is around $1. So if this thing starts dropping, that's usually good for the market. You can see there's a gap to fill, and it's still within the dollar range, so that could easily fill if this starts to break down here, and that could be very bullish for us tomorrow. So just going back to the ES futures chart, just watching price consolidated at this new level, which is 84 points higher than where we closed on Friday. Exciting stuff. I'm happy to watch where this goes. We'll be trading tomorrow live in our Discord from the NYSE Open, roughly around 9:45 Eastern. You are free to join. I can send you a link. Hit me up in the comments if you need the link to the Discord. It's free. Just a great group of like-minded traders and serious money people that are, kind of our own little community. And we always welcome new folks. So please feel free to hit us up on Twitter. Again, that's @PhilsJackson or @PremiumFTS. And I will be posting the links and uploading this video shortly. All right, thanks for watching. With that, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you out there.